In this tutorial video on QD3000, we'll look at automatic versus manual control of carrier blending valves. So this is going to be useful in a situation where we have a spray trailer set up with carrier blending valves, so a 2-tank trailer, and we have blending valves on tank 1 and tank 2. In some situations, we may want to control those when we're actually blending 2 different products. So if we were blending 2 different fertilizers, we'd have that set up in automatic control. In other scenarios, when we're just using that trailer and there's water in both of those tanks, then we would have it set in manual control. If we transition over to our settings page, when we have our quick draw system set for more than one or multiple carrier valves, this area of the settings will be visible. And we can simply change between manual that we're in now and blending. So blending, we would have it set for blending when we have 2 different products in 2 different tanks and we want to create a recipe that identifies a specific amount or a specific rate of each product to use. We're actually blending 2 products. We would change it to manual when we have the same product in both tanks, and we just simply want to manually tell the system whether we're pulling out of tank 1 or tank 2. And in some batches, we may need to switch from tank 1 to tank 2 in the middle of the batch as we empty one tank, and then we need to start using out of the second tank. When we are in the manual, we can have it set to automatically open valve 1 or valve 2, or we can have it set to not open either valve. We're going to go ahead and, for this example, and leave it so that it won't open either valve. We transition back to our run screen. You'll see when we do have multiple carrier valves present, it shows us those valves in the top left-hand corner. If we push start, and we're going to start the batch, because I left the setting by default to have both valves closed, it's going to ask us which valve we want to use. And so we're going to tell it that we want to use valve 1 to start with. So then we push start and it's going to initiate the batch. It's showing us that we're pulling out of tank number 1. At any point in time during the batch, I can utilize the manual control of these valves to switch from tank 1 to tank 2. So in this situation, let's say we've gotten to the point where tank 1 is basically empty and we need to switch to tank 2. We would simply press the valve icon, the virtual switch appears. We could turn that valve off. And then at the same point in time, we would use the virtual switch again in order to turn tank valve 2 on. And so in that situation, we've just moved from tank 1 to tank 2, and we could continue on with the batch.